Go to WatchOS. Actually, before I do, let me just quickly see if I missed anything. FaceTime, translation, call and messages, translations, maps, the call routes, the screenshots, the camera buttons, certain screenshots, app intents, why no shortcuts, what about Stage Manager for iOS? Oh yes, there was a rumor that Stage Manager for iOS was coming. We didn't see that happen. The iPad did get big boost. We'll talk about that in the iOS thing. But the one thing I did want to say is, this actually we did address it. The build shortcuts with a natural language, like this idea to be able to like speak to Siri and build up. So like as you see over here, as I showed you in the shortcuts. The problem with shortcuts, it's been around for a few years. It's actually they've made it a lot simpler. There's no like crazy complex code languages like you have with Automator or on Windows. They've made it quite simple, but still it's difficult. And there's galleries. Most people haven't even heard of this and haven't even touched it. If you had a way of generating these shortcuts or editing these shortcuts with Siri, with natural language, like you would be able to speak to ChatGPT and be able to reason and go back and forth and be able to tweak it and get to the point where you're able to have your shortcuts, that would be a game changer. Like that was the one thing that I was like, I don't understand why that's not there, because you've brought in a few things like using private cloud compute, using the foundation models, amazing. But that hasn't been the limit of why people haven't used shortcuts. People don't even know it's there. It hasn't been pushed. Creating it is hard. And even if you find a gallery of something that's given to you before, to be able to change it has been very difficult. That hasn't changed. You have to change. Like, we need natural language creating shortcuts. And what should also happen is when you get too complex, being able, like here, check notes, they've created it for you. Try and make this yourself. I mean, listen, again, it's not the end of the world. You can watch YouTubes and read stuff and hopefully get it to yourself. But what I'm saying is not that user-friendly. And really, I think this was a massive missed opportunity. They've done a lot of actions and intents, and I'm going to get into those. But for the love of God, create it with your natural language and have that back and forth. Have Siri on your sidebar, acting like an LLM. And I know they're not there yet. That's the problem. But imagine if you had and something like ChatGPT where you can talk backwards and not even the reasoning models, but yes, obviously would like to have those kind of models, but like just like a little bit of thought behind it and it understands how to action it. Again, it's getting a bit agentic, but if you build this in properly where it understands how to do shortcuts and helps you, I would be sitting there for today till tomorrow creating, playing, trying to figure it out, because there's tons of automations I want to do. These things that help you get to automations. There are so many things in shortcuts that help you. It's just that they're complicated and they don't always work and they're difficult. And then there's also the limits on macOS versus iOS, which is crazy because we're getting to the point where the chipsets are very similar. Anyways, that was it for iOS. Let's get to WatchOS. Wrist flick gesture, nice. I like the fact how you don't need another one. But I don't understand. I used to be able to like cover my screen and the notification would stop. And for some reason, it doesn't work all the time, so I'm not sure. Notes, I haven't ever really used it, so I don't know how much of a help it would be. But that just reminds me of this concept of like, we have multiple apps that are now working on multiple screens, but like there's like the easy app, like Notes, and then there's like Pages, and like they're very similar, but why are they separate? Because when you want to write a note, you don't want to have a whole document. But that should be smart enough. You should be able to create an application. Again, this is the direction we're going in. Being able to start with like notes or reminders or something very, very quickly, like a quick notes, and then being able to layer up all that interface getting more and more complex or handle those things and give it to you when you want to get more complex. That is an innovation I'd like to see. Again, that's part of iOS. Smart Stack hints. I think I saw that before. I'm not really sure what that is. New design. The glass, I have to check it out. Workout buddy. Okay, so I saw a lot of people like making fun of this. If this worked out the way that I actually was hoping it would work out, because there were these kind of concepts, and like Nike has a Nike trainee, right? They've got a professional person that they've got in booth, and they've got a whole program and everything that they run you through. If it works like that and it overtakes those kind of apps, that would be phenomenal. If it's only a workout buddy that just like uses a few of your uses some of your metrics and trends and then like just gives you like splits and pace, that's a bit nicer than today, but that's not amazing. I would love to see something that actually uses everything that I had before. And again, I should be able to speak to it like like an LLM and create my workouts. The amount of people today that are using ChatGPT to create workouts, like I've created workouts inspired by Andrew Huberman. So I'm like, use his kind of like concept, but like I want you to change it up for me. Work with my schedule, work with my bottle, the way that I eat, the way that I deal with things, but also maybe help me incorporate like maybe his morning routine into my life. If I had something over there that like reminded me, like when I woke up, if I have the wrist and it gave me a little flick and it says, "Oh, it's already been 10 minutes. Did you remember?" Not because I have a reminders list, but because there's an actual coach living there that knows that I'm trying to go through this process and helps me, reminds me those things, gives me, checks it off when I've done it. When I'm working, I have a very specific, how customized can you get? I do like Tabata, like running sprints. So I wanted that like it should know, and I think it does some of these things. That's what I have to like double check. But like what I would like is that I want to walk for a little bit, whether that's going to be 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and I'm listening to my playlist. And then I want to start running. And in my running time, I want to listen to music that's on beat and pushes me. Now, I used to use timers for Tabata. What I found was a playlist on Spotify that actually had the exact timer, and there would be like some sort of coach, but hard coded on that song. It was a 4-minute song, hard coded to say 3, 2, 1, go, and like time you, get you started, things like that. And then for the recovery, again, move back to other music or things like that. If I can do those kind of things with a workout buddy and get really nuanced in, this is what I want. And the audio is there. So I'm not thinking about timing. I'm not thinking about music. I'm just like, okay, I'm ready to run, ready, set, go. That was the warm up. This is the running. That's the cool down. This is the music I listen to. And then it gets like really mean and pushes me based on the conversation that I have with it. Like I don't feel like I'm doing well, and you need to push me, and it gets more nasty and pushing. Or if I need like on the the warm up, it's like more chilled. Like those would be great. Anyways, let's move on because I'm hoping they're going to slowly get to there, but I have to test this out. Workout app redesign. Having music, things like that would be helping, because right now I switch between like running and stuff like that, like the workout and Spotify and the different things. Obviously, this is going to be Apple Music, so might not be as helpful, but if I could change one of those things to be Apple Music and have it all on one screen would be great. Configurable widgets, not really interested. Personalized workout media. Again, if I could get like a Tabata paste, or like pushes me to the limit and works with the how it talks to me, the music, the pacing, the time, and things like that. That'd be great. Automatic volume adjustment. Okay, cool. Live translation. Again, that's great. Let's see it. Smart actions, control widget API. Okay, putting those things, and call screening coming here, and home is okay. So not massive things. I think the biggest thing is the workout buddy, but again, we need to see, is it just a voice that is telling you what other workout apps have told you, or is it actually personalized? Like Nike has a whole program for you. I should be able to say, I want to run a marathon in 6 months, help me out. But then build it up based on a personality that might have a certain way of doing something, or push me in a way that I say, listen, I'm not good if you just go light, go hard, beyond the workout. If it helps me to remember to do this, or remember to hydrate, or, tie in tie in drinking, tie in a bunch of different things. So throughout the day, you're actually like helping me out. The way that you speak to me and the trends and everything, am I going in the right direction? But to properly personalize also, like from my weight and from the way that I do things, or if I've got a sore thing, I can actually be able to say that to you and say like, oh, my leg's really hurting. Give me a way of like, what's a good stretch over there? But also, if it's really hurting, it should be able to smartly pause that, say, okay, today you're taking a break, we're going to put that over there. If you can get really personal, and it's not just a workout buddy that's just like a few words, like, hey, you're good, here's your split time, like, here's your pace. I think that could be really, really cool. Basically a coach that uses my metrics from all different areas over my life and helping me out. That's a proper AI that could really get personalized into it, and nutrition and drinking and hydrate, things like that. That'd be great. Okay, that's WatchOS. Let's move on to tvOS.